Fuksa. And we're a little bit behind on this particular interview. That is certainly due to technical difficulties. As you guys all know, doing something live, sometimes you run into trouble. So just the way it happens to be. So thanks for being patient with us. And so I'm doing this series for exactly the reason that it talks about. I want you guys to understand that there are people out there everywhere amongst us that either own a business, run a business, have a great idea for a business, want to do something, and sometimes they just don't know how to get started, or they think maybe I'm running a business or I own a business and I just can't get to the next level. And why is that? Or I'm hitting this roadblock and I'm really frustrated. And so the idea behind this is I started doing it with people that I know, and the energy has just been so overwhelming. So many people that wanted to tell their story, basically. And so what I like to do is to interview some people that I started out with that I know have just really made a change in their industry and in the world with what they bring to us. So today, right now, I have the amazing opportunity to interview somebody that I know very well and I trust and respect hugely with what she brings to, one, our economy, two, her industry, and three, me personally. I have to be honest and tell you, and I just absolutely love Holly's story and her spirit, and she just figures out how to continue to evolve as well. So today I want to introduce you, Holly Dunbar. And Holly, thank you so much for being on with us today.
Thank you, Connie.
Yeah, absolutely. I really appreciate you. So I want you to, as I've done with everybody else, I just want you to tell us a little bit about you. So tell us about where you came from, how you started doing this. Tell us about Holly and how we got to where we are today.
Sure, I'd be happy to, because actually I started into this field a bit on a whim. I I have to say, the plants are what called me into this industry. I've been an avid gardener all my life, and I have a vivid memory of when I was probably about 4 years old. I had a burn on my hand, and my mom cut open an aloe vera leaf and put it on the burn. And I thought that was so fascinating, that connection between plants and people and what happens in between and the healing that takes place. I actually took that plant when I was 4 years old and divided it up into little yogurt cups and gave it to all my friends and my family members. So then when I was about 19, as most young people do, I planted a huge herb garden. And I really started to look into the medicinal properties of plants and really studying them seriously. At the same time, I wanted to be an herbalist, but I couldn't quite figure out, how to go to herb school. At that time, we didn't have this great technology we call the internet to explore herb schools. I was also kind of an amateur massage therapist to all my friends, and they were very willing recipients of my
Of course they were.
And it just occurred to me, well, I can't quite figure out the herb part of it and how to study that and be an herbalist, but hey, massage will give you a great basis of anatomy and physiology, great knowledge with client care. Maybe start with massage and then figure out the herb, which is basically what I did. I just signed up at Baltimore School of Massage, lock, stock, and barrel. I just went all in. And about 6 years into doing massage, then I started studying herbal medicine. So I actually had my first massage at massage school. I had never had a professional massage. I just had a real calling that I knew I wanted to do this. So that first lesson 1, I think we were working on each other's feet, and I was just blown away at how great that made me feel. And it was very validating to going into this whole career.
This is fascinating because, most of the people that we're talking to had, many different paths they've jumped through, or hoops they've jumped through, many different paths they've gone down, a lot of different things. And for you, this literally started with an experience as a child, and you just dug in and moved right into it. And that's where you went through.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I've really been gardening my whole life, and I enjoy that. And it really was the plants that called me into this field.
That is so interesting. So tell us a little bit like what I mean, you're in a very unique field that not very many people do. And we hear a lot of things about a lot of different essential oils and how they'll help us now. But I'm curious about this herbalist side because I know you and so I know a little bit about it, but I think most people don't. So tell us a little bit about what that means. Like is there a school for it and how did you start figuring out what plants actually did for us and how that passion grew?
Well, eventually I came upon this book by Michael Tierra, who ended up being one of my main teachers. And he has a school out in Santa Cruz, California, and it's called the East West Earth School. Largely, a lot of it is correspondence. And then you go out in April every year. I did that for 4 or 5 years to the actual school and studied with some amazing teachers. My background in studying with Michael is Chinese medicine, the traditional Chinese medicine, which really looks at people from an individual standpoint. Everyone has their own innate, unique energy, and the different diseases that they might present also have a different energy.
Oh gosh, hopefully we won't lose Holly. She's freezing up on me. Can you still hear me? Oh no. Hopefully she'll pop back in here. One thing I want to share with you guys while she's frozen up is that I have been working with Holly for, gosh, more than 10 years through massage therapy and have learned more about the herbs and the things that she's done with that to make. Holly actually produces a lot of products herself right there in her shop in Southern Maryland, in La Plata, where she actually makes a lot of things that are healing properties for you. Oh, unfortunately, we lost her. Hopefully, she'll pop back in. But she makes soap and room spray and body oils, and she sells very natural uh, essential oils that you can buy, and she tells you how to use them, and very whole and complete essential oils. And then she makes all different types of things that you can use in your home and in on your body that are made specifically through those essential oils and the herbs that she's learned about and that she cultivates. And if you ever go to Holly's shop, one of the interesting things you'll see is she has some flower pots outside of her shop that she actually has things growing in that changes all the time. But she does, if you follow her, she does have all types of plants that she grows, herbs and vegetables. And she is clearly very passionate about that part of her life and shares those with you through her practice, which is really exciting. So it really stinks that she had to pop out. And maybe what we'll do is reschedule a new interview with her because I want you guys to understand as we've talked to a lot of different entrepreneurs over the past 5 days, one of the things that you see is the energy that they have over, I mean, with Holly, just talking about the fact that the aloe vera plant her mom put on her cut, how it healed and the just energy that Holly got from that. And she just wanted to learn more and wanted to learn more and wanted to learn more. And these are the people that exactly that. You find something, you find a story, you find an idea that you think is great and pursuing that idea and not being afraid to jump in and making a change for all the rest of us, because ultimately those ideas that everybody has, all of the things that you guys are experiencing, I mean, my gosh, wouldn't you be excited if you were the one who invented Zoom right now? Because in today's changing world, that's such a popular program that everybody's using to stay connected. But for Holly, the thing that I really want to share with you guys is she has a practice where she preaches every day, and she acts every day about what she does. What she talks about is exactly the way she acts every day in her life. And if you follow Holly whatsoever, you can find those things actually going on. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and cut us off for now. I know I can give you some connection. Holly's company is called New Moon Bodywork and Botanicals. You can find them online. Right now, in today's environment, she can't do massage therapy, which she loves, but what she is doing is sending a lot of product out to people. So you can reach out to Holly through that, and you can ask her questions about her products, and then I'll work on getting her rescheduled on another day when we seems like we can get a little bit better internet. So I hope you guys have a fantastic next half an hour or so. At 1 o'clock, we are going to be interviewing Dawn Clark live. Oh, wait, Holly's back on. Ooh, hold on. I think we might have her. Hold on. I think we got her. We got her back.
Okay.
So this is wonderful. So I was just telling everybody just a little bit that I know about you. And I was gonna pop off and say, hey, we'll reschedule, but I'm just really happy that you came back on. What I was talking about you was how exciting it was for those of us who are watching to learn. You just took something that you were super passionate about and you cultivated it into what your life was going to look like. So that is super exciting and exactly what we're trying to talk about here in this entrepreneurial series. The herbalist side of it, I think, is the piece that a lot of people just don't understand. So how do you get from the plant and learning about what plants do for us, to making them work for us? So what do you do as an herbalist that does that, cultivates that, or takes that from the plant stage to something that can help us?
So I do offer an herbal consultation. So an herbal consultation, it's about a 4-page intake. It's very detailed about everything from what you're taking now, whether it's natural or pharmaceutical, what kind of discomforts or ailments are you suffering from that seeks you to see an herbalist in the first place, your health history, even some of your childhood illnesses. If you had pneumonia as a child, that could play into how now you're more susceptible to colds and flus.
Mm.
And then when they come in person, we spend a great deal of time talking about this, what you're taking now, why you're taking it. People often taking, 4 or 5 things, and they're not really sure that it's helping them, but they've been told it might be beneficial. And then I'm really looking at a person from that traditional Chinese medicine standpoint. Are you, as an individual, more deficient or more excess? If you're more deficient, it could be that you need tonification. You need herbs that kind of build up your vitality. If you're more excess, you could use a detox and things that are cooling and more nurturing to that side. It's all about bringing you into balance with the herbs. Herbs have an energy, you yourself have an energy, and the disease process too has an energetic quality to it too.
Very interesting. So, and gosh, as long as I've known you, I'm learning so much just sitting here talking about this stuff. It's fantastic. But so, how does what you do in that kind of scenario equate to maybe somebody who's going to like a holistic doctor who prescribed maybe some medicines that would help them tackle a particular kind of situation? Sounds like there's some definite similarities there.
Yeah, definitely. And oftentimes people are doing both. They might see an herbalist, but they could have a naturopath too. Naturopath is a little different from herbology. So each of those fields can certainly work
And
well
it sounds
together.
like very, very complementary to each other as well.
Absolutely. And even with allopathic, your regular doctor, I want to know what you're taking. And I'm
Mhm.
not going to be working against anything that you're taking. That's not my role as an herbalist. It's to
Right. Of
support
course.
your general health and well being.
Gosh, this is so very interesting. So let's go back to, for a minute, let's go back to being, not being able to jump into what you wanted to do, the herbal side of it, and jumping into the massage therapy, which you didn't really maybe realize that was really just as powerful for you as the herbalist side until you started going to the school. And so talk about going back to massage therapy school and how that evolved into where your practice is now.
Yeah, certainly. So I went to Baltimore School of Massage. I also went to College of Southern Maryland and took just a good basic courses. I took anatomy and physiology and lab there, which was interesting because the massage taught, or rather the anatomy and physiology at massage school is more on the kinesiology end, the movement end of things, whereas the anatomy at College of Southern Maryland being taught to nurses, they want you to identify, where is rectus femoris on the body. It's a little more static. So it was good to have both the balance of the two. I also took botany and biology, zoology, all the basic good science classes at College of Southern Maryland to build on that foundation. as well as things like public speaking and ceramics.
There you go. Well, and to that end, Holly does do a lot of seminars and information to help people understand how all of these things affect. And for those of you that don't know, the lady that I interviewed last week, Brianna Bowling, is Holly's sister. And so Brianna has that retreat and learn uh, uh, environment that she's created, and Holly's done several different speaking events there. So if you are local and you want to tap into that, definitely keep an eye out on those things, because that's an area that Holly does a lot of speaking too, which is really helpful. So, so talk to us about some of so you then, you were really into urban. You decided then to open your practice, or were you working somewhere else? How did that evolve?
I initially started working for another massage therapist, as well as I was doing massage at a hair salon initially, but very quickly I learned that I did have that entrepreneurial spirit. When I was working for another massage therapist, it was like, I'm doing everything that really any business owner would do. Why not just do it? So I started small, just myself, renting a room, actually in a talk therapy type situation. And then quickly, you realize you can't do it, everything. You can't see every person that comes in your door, and there's a real demand for what you do. So while I didn't set out to become this holistic health practice owner, that I am today, little by little, client by client, therapist by therapist, it evolved into what it is. And now New Moon has 8 practitioners here. We have a large clientele. We have this full product line that I developed. And there's just a lot that goes on here at this 1,200 square feet.
So tell us a little bit about the product line, because there's another, as you guys are listening and you're hearing this, every pivotal movement, she didn't set out to be a business owner. She set out to be a massage therapist and an herbalist. And as that evolved, she evolved with it. But the product line is very intriguing as well, because I was talking about this, unfortunately, when you got cut out for a minute, because, I was trying to explain. You can see the products behind her. But I wanted to talk about how that evolved. Why did you start doing that? And what you do sell, what they're all about.
Yeah, certainly. So just like all of this, I didn't set out to create a product line. I didn't have a business plan to say, in 5 years, I'm going to have, 40 products available and sell them on a website. That too evolved in a holistic manner. And really what got me into it was when I first started doing massage, I was just very dissatisfied with the massage oils on the market. They were very heavy and kind of sticky, and often had fragrance oils in them as opposed to pure essential oils. So I didn't like either the glide of it and that cloying, annoying synthetic fragrance. I didn't like it all. So I was like, I think I can do better with this, and I'm just going to blend my own. So, of course, I started using these on clients, and they're like, wow, I really like that oil that you're using. Where can I get that? I'm like, well, I make them. I was like, well, ding, ding. Let me just set up a little shelf. And I mean, my original product line fit on a small 2x2, 3-tier shelf. And of course, it's grown into this product. So that too started in a very holistic way and just grew.
So tell me real quick, like, what kinds of things do you sell?
Well, I have massage and body oils. They can be moisturizer too. They're not exclusive to giving a massage. Often when your skin is very dry, really an oil is a better choice for your skin. Most lotions, the first ingredient is water. I also have bath salts. I have two smelling salts that are just immediate benefits of aromatherapy. Essential
I use
oils,
one of those, right? Sinus allergy time. I use that one right now.
I have room sprays with antiviral oils, a very important thing to talk about now with what we're going through. A lot of essential oils have antimicrobial and specifically antiviral properties. So they actually can envelop airborne bacteria and viruses and render them harmless.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
so I have the room sprays. I have skincare products that actually we use in our facials here as well. Hand soaps, balms, lip balms, you name it.
Fantastic. And then she even has seasonal lines too. So at Christmas time, she does special things for peppermint. I know that because I love that peppermint soap. Um, and the thing about her soap and her cleansing products is it doesn't dry you out because it has the oils in it, and it's really light. You know, like you said, it's not real heavy and real thick. So it's real nice.
Right. And the other benefit of essential oils, I mean, essential oils, a lot of people think of aromatherapy. Oh, I'm smelling something and it's going to affect my mood a little bit, give me a little pickup. But essential oils have a very small molecular structure. They're very penetrating to our skin and they have many, many physiological benefits to our body. Everything from antispasmodic, antimicrobial, as I mentioned.
Oh, shoot. I hope we don't lose her again. Looks like we're locked up again. All right. Well, guys, on that, as I said, unfortunately, we lost her again. You can find Holly online at New Moon Bodywork and Botanicals. You can search her on the internet, and she is doing a lot of product shipping out right now. You can also contact Holly to talk to you about some of these products. I didn't even know about the antimicrobial. And so obviously that's really important. And as you can see, Holly knows what she's talking about with this stuff. But on a more important level, what I want to share with you guys is the entrepreneurial side as well. I mean, yes, of course, I want to share her business because it's very important, especially some things that she can offer you. But more importantly, for our series, you see the evolution of someone that found how certain things tied into her current business or her current passion and how she grew that into, wow, this is the next progression and absolutely what I need to do. So she didn't let the roadblocks of things that she didn't know how to do stand in her way. She figured out how to make those, add those into her business and add services to the people that she serves. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today to Holly. And again, you can find her on New Moon Bodywork and Botanicals.com. Also, you can reach out to me and I can help you out with that. And for now, we're going to say goodbye because in a half an hour, we're going to be interviewing Dawn Clark. I don't want you guys to miss this because this lady has a story like no other. So I'll talk to you guys soon. I hope you're having a great day. Bye.